Okay, the intro's over. Time to grab your drink and sit down. Come on, we're starting.
Everybody's saying everything to everyone, but nobody's saying anything to me. Everybody's like, good. Chris, I hope you feel better. You know, what's wrong with Chris? I'm sure Chris needs someone to say thank you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, and I hope you feel better, Chris. I'm sure Chris has got problems, but let's be real. I live in a perpetual state of sickness, of illnesses between my ears that can't be fixed. There's no medication. So if anyone deserves to be, hey, hope you feel better, buddy, I think it's this guy. What a fucking day. I can't even begin to tell you. I mean, I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry, take that back. I absolutely can begin to tell you. But there's so much going on. I only broke one promise today. That's good for me. I don't know, it's good for me. It's a record. Most times I break promises to myself. Most times I lie to myself. I'm famous about lying to myself. Tell I'm going to do, going to have, going to get. Don't ever get any of it done. Yeah, I lie all the time to myself, and I can't help it. But today I only lied to one person, lied to the kid. I didn't get done what I said I was going to get. I wanted to. In fact, I didn't really tell a lie because I didn't tell him what I was doing. I just made him a promise. I'm going to do something spectacular by noon. And it's, where are we at? We're 6 o'clock Los Angeles time on the Bottom of the Glass Nation show at KGXT Studios, 200 feet below occupied California. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I have not done anything spectacular. I haven't done anything amazing. Not only did I blow it and not get it done by noon, it's 6 o'clock and I still haven't. I thought about it though, really hard. Now, when they say there's a book that say, I am assuming it says that because I don't read books, I see pictures. But there was a book I was told that said, if you think about exercising, it does in fact burn some calories. So if I thought about accomplishing something amazing, did I? Perhaps? Or did I just burn calories thinking about it? All right, whatever. Look, we got to start this thing off right. I saw Two Bear's in a fucking mood. Hold the phone before you drink. Two Bear's in a fucking mood. How do I know? Because I'm part of the staff thread. Yeah, they include me in that. So I see stuff that you guys don't see. And his demeanor, I mean, I can hide my masculine feelings very well. Bottle it up, choke it down, put it very deep inside, as we all can. But man, I'm telling you, Two Bear has a fuse lit. And he's walking around trying to stomp it out, and it ain't happening. I'm telling you, that boy needs to drink tonight. So if we're going to drink tonight, let's all raise a glass at the beginning of the Bottom of the Glass Nation show, which is where you are. Thank you very much for joining up. And let's raise a glass of Two Bear on staff. He's a Soldier of Fortune magazine put him as the top 100 people least likely to succeed in the year 1982, and he succeeded in not succeeding. So he's at the top of our list. Two Bear, this one's for you, brother. I love you. Okay. Stuff. There is so much stuff going on. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, my friends. I don't know. I texted Mrs. Fort Watton before we got on here. I wanted to ask for her help. She's the bookkeeper. So I was going to say, well, let me see who's in here first. Hold on. Being I'm doing this all by my lonesome night, Werewolf gifted 5 Gen X Talks membership. Who got those? Whoa, my screen's gone. There it goes. Now it's back. Woo! That was good. That's like the time at the bar my heart stopped and then it kept going, so I kept drinking. That was close. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Scrolling. Keep them coming. Scrolling. Right. Oh, that was lame. I ran out of words and I'm still not there yet. God damn it. I don't know who's doing the sheets tonight. I don't know who's assigned to doing the sheets tonight. I don't know who I can blame for not doing the sheets tonight. And for those of you who don't know what the sheets are, we have another screen, another monitor. Usually it's to my left and your right. And what it normally is that someone in staff is copying and pasting things that are important and putting it between the sheets. But I don't think anybody's helped me. I think they're on strike. It's a writer's strike thing, and I think I'm getting screwed. And not in a good way. I don't see it up there. How could it have been up there as gifted memberships? And then I'm scrolling through the whole damn thing, and I can't tell who got the memberships. Ah, damn son of a bitch. Well, let's see here. Let me scroll back up. Lionheart put up to turn your YouTube thing green, which is good. If anybody has the PayPal link, I can use that one too. That would be a helpful thing because I don't know where it is. All right. I don't know who did that. I can't help you out. I do apologize, and I am sorry. All right. Also, nobody's called me handsome. We can't start the show till I get 3 handsomes. I gotta have those for you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't understand. I search for validation and vindication against my enemies and validations for my soul, all in one breath. So if you could just say, "Hey, they're ugly and you're handsome," that covers them both. Thank you. All right. Doom, 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 doom. Drop him says he's sheeting himself. Oh, that's funny, because I am. If I have no one helping me in between the sheets, then what am I doing? I'm sheeting myself. That was clever. I like that one. That was well played. All right, so I got to say, we got some stuff. I'm going to go right to it. There's some stuff in here that we just got to get to. Oh, Christ. Every time I come to this page, I remember, all right, let's get the stupid stuff out of the way. Patreon, YouTube, and Facebook do not ever tell you when we're going live. So if you join Patreon, you get an email before we go live. Just says, hey, we're going live. Then you can choose what you want to do. Join Patreon. Somebody on staff can put up the link. Otherwise, just Google Gen X Talks Patreon. It'll come up, and then you can find us. It's got the same logo, our same logo on everything. That way you know where we're going. Discord is Discord. All right. I was told by the powers that be, Lionheart is the supreme overlord of Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, Discord is just chat rooms for grown-ups. That's all it is. Discord is just chat rooms. It's where we hang out between live streams. It's just got a room about politics. There's one about sports. There's one about religion. There's one about food. You just go into the room. You want to talk about stuff. It's a lot of fun when you're talking to people in chat rooms. Remember the old chat rooms back in the day? Oh, yes, I do too. It's fun to go do those things when you're talking with like-minded people around a similar age category. They'll have common sense. And then you pick a topic where you're talking about something you want. Discord's a lot of fun. Also, every Monday night we do a movie. We watch a movie in there, usually something 80s or 90s related, something from back in the day, because it's fun. Sometimes there's 5 people watching, sometimes there's 50, but it's a lot of fun to say we saw those movies together. So that brings me to sunny point number 1. This week's movie on Monday night, which is 6 days from now, Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen it, then you need to turn your Gen X card right now. If you're too young to be Gen X, go see the movie, and Lion or Trippy will stamp your card on your way out. This goes towards earning your Gen X card. Yeah. Latest podcast is still up. This is where my wife and I argue back and forth and laugh and scream, and she just kicks the shit out of me. This one was a lot of fun. This was one of our most fun podcasts of all time. We're about ready to do them live. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit before. I let you guys know on the World Show. I think it was on the World Show. I told you. We have access now where we are in the process of licensing the rights to the intro and exit song of the podcast. Now, those of you who listen to the podcast, the audio version, it's on Spotify, and I'm sure they can put up a link tree to all the stuff. It's a lot of fun. We've got 2 years under our belt now, almost a third. We're almost done with our second year, going into our third year. But the audio podcast is so much fun and has an intro song and an exit song. But when we post that, in most places, we get dinged. They want to take it down. They want to fine us. They want to sue us because the music is copyrighted. And you know what? It's not even that popular of a song. It's from a band that are friends of mine, but they had signed a license agreement with somebody, and we were all bound to it. So there's a lot of things we didn't do with the podcast, because we were going to start recording them visually. We did 2 of them where we recorded them. We put cameras on, and we did it like other people are doing it now. And it turned out pretty good. We were real hesitant to do that because we know there's some podcasts that are just audio. We got that. And we would still do the audio version. However, there is a chance to put some of those out there if we get all gussied up, as they say, and we film them. We do them live. We can record them. Then that changes things dramatically. Well, the simple answer was, and everybody across the board told me the same thing: change the music, ditch the other one, change the music. And I refused. I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm not changing it. No. And the reason I wasn't going to change it is because I really love the 2 songs that we picked for the beginning and the end, and they're my friends. The band that was they were my friends, and I was refused. That was part of it. Those songs meant something to me. They were catchy. They were in tune, as musicians would say. And so we maybe gave up a year of earning $13.75 a month because of that. Well, if we did, we did. It was just important to stick to our guns. And like I told you, I got off the phone with Brian Connor over in Denmark, and he assured me as soon as he gets back to the States, done deal. The ink will be drying as soon as he lands. So you will get to see more of that. Yeah, you'll get to actually physically see the podcast where we don't just the audio version. We'll sit with the cameras, and you can see us yell at each other. All right, I'm going to skip that one. Let's get down to doom. Okay, so there's a couple things here. You guys know about the 2-minute drills. We do Gen X Talk slices where we take slices of things we've said and done and post them individually. If you go to the website, if you go to YouTube or Facebook, there's a section of videos called they're called 2-minute drills and slices, and you can physically go see those things in there, and you can look through all of them. All right, enough said about that. However, filmed a 2-minute drill today. Watching it, editing, get out a little stuff and condense it down, try to get it to close to 2 minutes, which we weren't super successful today. And all I'm thinking about is this thing is my hair's messy. And Mrs. Fort Watton's going to say my hair's messy. And she's going to call me out on my hair being messy. I can feel my hair being messy. So hang on a second. Let's jump over here. Tim Sanders, welcome to the Legion of X. I hope you guys welcome Tim. I didn't get to say something to him. It passed by without me. Remember, if I'm telling a story here, I can't read what's going on there, and nobody's helped me between the sheets tonight. Insurmountable Cali Cat, member for 13 months. Happy birthday to all September borns. It's our party month. Insurmountable Cali Cat, KGXE Studios, circling the wagons and raising a glass. Thank you, Callie. Disney Mama Sammy Joe, member for 13 months, KGXE Studios. She said, hydrate. To her, I said, no, I shall not hydrate. I don't need some chick telling me what to do. That's only because I can't reach my water from here. But anyway, Loud One, $5. Evening, everyone, from Ontario, Canada this evening. 12 days of the tour left. It's kicking my butt. Apparently, sleeping is optional. Well, you're a trucker, man. You're supposed to be able to sleep in the truck while you're driving. Put it on autopilot. It's why they have cruise control. Yeah, true story. Well, that's true. It's a story. We talked about Tim Sanders. Did I miss somebody else up there? I was scrolling back through it. Boom, 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 boom. What? I did. Christina Dvorak, member for 4 months, bottom of the Glass Nation. Happy Tuesday. Love this bar. Christina, you didn't call me handsome. Why don't you leave and go out in the parking lot, have a cigarette, come back in, and let's try it again. Okay, Christina? Handsome. There's one. Who said, oh, Justin called me handsome? Justin Capone. Nick GX called me handsome. There's 2. It doesn't take much to get to 3. It really doesn't. I don't know what your problems are, guys, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen. I thrive on that stuff. I need a little bit of that to get me up and going. And you guys, it's all right. If you want to withhold your affection, I can too. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? No. Oh, yeah, when the shoe's on the other table. Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. So I got to drink again. I swear to Christ Almighty, when I got to put up with you, you guys are my reason for drinking tonight, all of you. Scott Royston, hey, General Handsome. Hey, General Handsome. Shouldn't you have said, hey, handsome General, like, comma, General? Or am I just generally handsome? Because that's the way it made it look. It looked like you said, you're generally handsome. I don't know. I'll take it, Scott. Whatever, man. That makes 3. We can go on. Kevin Grimes, member for 18 months, Legion of X. Shit, no one in the sheets. No one's in the sheets. Can you imagine that? The general was unable to get anyone in between the sheets tonight. Oh, if there was ever a day to drink, it's tonight. Oh, no trading wheels either. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Loud One, General, I sleep with one eye open while I'm driving. That's good. Yeah, no. Now, see, Loud One is a professional truck driver. I'm not, as you might have noticed. So what I did was I rode shotgun. He had one of those little ride-along things like you do with cops. And we went all around the country. Went from California, Arizona, New Mexico, Panhandle of Florida, Maine, and all the way across. We stopped in Wall Drug, and we hightailed it to Mount Rushmore and got back Reno, Vegas, and back to California. Took Loud One. He was driving. I was a passenger. I want to say 4 days. And the reason we were able to do it so quickly, I know you don't believe me, it's because it's a lie, is because he taught me how truckers drive. He can actually shut off one half of his brain. He can shut off this half of his brain completely and keep this eye open and this part of his brain going. And then when this one gets tired, he closes this one down and keeps this one open. And now it's a little bit troublesome because when you're left and right-handed, your right brain controls your left side and left side controls the right side. A little bit awkward when he reaches over to change the radio station, and I find us back in first gear again doing 80. That's a little tough. But other than that, it was a great trip. I learned so much. That was one of the most important things I ever learned from Loud One was the left side, right side brain rested as you go. Look out. It's a good thing. See, I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Things I would never know. I would never have known that stuff. All right, so we're back. All right. Werewolf 2004, member for 7 months, 5 more months to go till I get my big red one, and I'm still hanging on top of the bus. Okay, listen, let's make an announcement right now. This bus is when you join up, when you're part of things around here and you're a member, you're on the members bus. And it's not the short little bus where you're licking the windows with the white helmets. No. This is a big bus built by RJG. Loud one's at the throttle. He's got his foot buried in the carburetor. We're going around the mountains at about 60 miles an hour. Sooner or later, it's going over the cliff. YouTube will ban us. Facebook will ban us. Why? Because we'll say something we should, and they'll put the big red stamp. Boom, you guys are fucking out of here. But until they do, this bus is turning those corners with all of us running around half naked, screaming, yelling, music turned up, partying, hanging out the windows, except for Werewolf, who's on the top of the bus holding on to the luggage rack. Now, let's be fair about this. This guy's been out there for 5 months. If he makes it 7 more months, and if he makes it to his 1 year, if Werewolf gets his big red one, I'm going to have to encourage Loud One to slow the bus down to 35 and see if he can't hobble his way into the front door. All right? We got to be fair and give him a chance to get inside the bus with the rest of us if he makes it to his year. Now, we'll see if he gets there. Moving right along, as they say in the radio business. What was that one? So I want to pop my screen up there, turn my whole screen teal for a minute. This is a werewolf. Scrolling back up. This is what happens when you have no sheets. You just do it yourself. You scroll around till you find it. No, we got it on here. All right. Where was I? I was back over here with pictures. So, yeah. The whole time I'm recording this, this whole time I'm editing this, my hair's sticking out. I'm like, God damn it. All I could think was Mrs. Fort Watton's going to say, your hair. She's going to text me. I saw your short. Your hair's all messed up. Come on, General. Why don't you just drag a bone through that thing before you go on? I could hear her. So, as you might have noticed, you can't see my hair in the picture because try as I might for the picture, I couldn't get so I just did one of these. Yeah. How could Mrs. Fort Watton complain then about my hair if I'm covering it? Now, it looks like I'm being confused. I'm working with the title of the program here. I got the little help. Looks confused left and right, man and woman, up and down, yin yang. No. The real reason I'm doing it is because they don't want Mrs. Fort Watton to see my hair. Now, if it fits, if the picture and the thumbnail fit the video, great. What a plus. Oh, God, the stuff that just comes to my brain. Who knows? All right. All right. I'm going to do something right now. We're going to do a little thing real quick here. I'm going to try to do this myself. And Mrs. Four, if you could help me out here, that would be appreciated. I'm going to show a picture from a movie. It's actually a meme that's been floating around, but it's kind of cool because it doesn't give the movie away. But I'm going to look in the comment section, and whoever gets this in the comment section correctly first, I'm going to have Gen X Mom send him a little something, all right? It could be a hat, could be a couple T-shirts, could be some stickers. I don't know. But whatever it is, you're going to get it if you're the first one. So in the comment section, and then Mrs. Four, we got to get them to email either you or Gen X Mom with their information, but you guys have your email. Put up an email address for anybody on staff can get that, but we'll do it for Gen X Mom or Mrs. Four. Oh, Mrs. Four, is your email up and running yet? I don't even know. Well, we'll pass it out. Here we go. Pump. What movie is this from? I can see. I have legs. It's a miracle. Chush, Big Red One, Mum for 12 months. Bottom of the Glass Nation. Can't believe it's been a year. The time flies when you're having fun. Bottom of the Glass Nation, baby. Best bar ever. I agree. All right. He said Tombstone. Nope, not at all. Come on now. What movie is this? Come on. Kevin, did you say anything, Kevin? You said directly first? I don't know. I don't see anybody's in there. Boom. I didn't see Tombstones. No. Okay. I think Victoria got it. I'm gonna scroll back up. I'm gonna scroll up and look. Home Alone. You're guessing before I even said anything. I wasn't even done talking. You're saying Home Alone and shit. My God. All right. I think, and it could just be me. It looks like. It looks like Victoria. God, now my screen jumped again. Goddamn motherfucking. Here, I'm trying to scroll back up. My screen jumps on me and runs all the way over the place. Victoria Frazee. Victoria, looks like she got it first. Oh, wait a minute. She wrote it wrong. Mrs. Four Watton, we're going to have a ruling here. Victoria wrote Trading Spaces. Nick GX right below her wrote Trading Places. The movie was Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and I'm afraid Victoria wrote Trading Spaces. Wow, I'm going to have to, Mrs. Four, I'm going to leave this up to you, but I'm leaning towards Victoria. Swing and a miss, baby. Close but no cigar, as they say. Ooh, that close. Victoria, I'm gonna leave it up to Mrs. Four, but it looks like Nick GX is gonna win with Trading Places because that is in fact the correct title to the movie. I'm just saying, you gotta get your shit together, Victoria. As much as I wanted you to win, it wasn't Trading Spaces. Well, maybe it's just me. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Loud one, $10. General, I found us a trailer for the bus that seats another 400 people. It also has a bar that we can charge by the glass. Now we're talking. Now, Loud one, are you, first of all, I need to know if you're certified to do a bus towing another trailer. And then I also want to know if you're sober enough to drive a bus that's towing a big trailer. Because that comes into play here, my fine feathered friend. All right, I'm going to get the final ruling from Mrs. Ford. Oh, she wrote, sorry, Victoria. So we got to get that email from, is it Nick GX? I was sorry too. I think she should take that like a pro. Yeah, you fucked it up. Can't fuck it up like that. All right, let's move on. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so this came across the thing here. This is a kid's toy. And this is, you put it on your head and you throw it back. Now, I don't know whether you're supposed to, the kid's supposed to throw it and the other kid tries to help you catch it, or whether they run away and say, you can't get it. I don't know. All I know is if I were to give this to my kids, they would have just thrown the balls at each other's faces as hard as they could. Whack! I didn't get it in. Whack! Me neither. Whack! Sorry about your bloody nose. Guess I'm losing. My kids would have never tried. I have, out of the last batch of 8 kids, remember, I've raised 32 children. Out of the last batch of 8 children, I can think of 2 that might have tried to play the game correctly and been crying and very upset that everyone else was fucking off. Guaranteed, all my boys and 2 of my other girls would have just taken that thing, never even tried. My turn to go? Make it in the basket, you say? Sure. Hold still. Whap! Whack him right in the face. But, hey, that's just me and my kids. Maybe there's something wrong with us. All right. Take after their mother, I swear. Okay. So another one that came through was, and I didn't know this, Astronaut Stretch relieves years of back pain without surgery. Well, believe you me, I'm pouring a drink as we talk here. Believe you me, when it says Astronaut Stretch relieving years of back pain, I absolutely sent this to my wife and said, when you arrive back home, I don't want you to be hurting with back pain anymore, sweetheart. I said, every room in the house, I want to see you doing this. I will make room for you. We can dim the lights and turn on some music. I mean, we can do this together if you want to, but I'll make sure that there is ample space. I think you should try this Astronaut Stretch in every room of the, not necessarily a christening, but you know what I'm saying, trying to find the best position. You're trying to find the rooms with the doors that have locks on them, things like that. But I'm passing this along to the rest of you. So men, copy and paste right now, screenshot to your heart's content. The Astronaut Stretch relieves years of back pain, brought to you by Gen X Talks and KGXT Studios. You guys got that one for free. You're welcome, America and Denmark. All right. What a miss. No go. Got his big red 1 member for 18 months. KGXT Studios. He is the highest rank you can get. 1 year and KGXT Studios member. It's coming. The webcam and stuff is coming. It's right around the corner. Best bar ever. Best bus ever. Nice pull, no go. I'm digging that one. All right. What did I miss that flew off the handle there? God damn. Oh, loud one. I'm certified to drive anything and everything as for sober enough, defined enough. Well, if you can type without flubbing it up, you're okay, my man. We're good. I think you're sober enough and we can continue on. All right. Enough with the Astronaut Stretch, unless you want to look a little bit longer. Okay. Moving on. That's too serious. That's some serious stuff in here. Serious stuff in there. All right. Here's one that says, I'm not intentionally avoiding the serious stuff. But I got some stuff we got to talk about too that's equally important. All right. So this thing came across. Japanese city is to use robots to tackle rise in student absence from school. They're going to use robots in Japan to handle children's absences in school. Truancy. Okay. So now, hold on. People of the good ship, hear me speak. I thought in my Gen X mind, there's a truancy problem in Japan, and we're smart. We build robots over here. We can do this. And so I figured, all right, you send the robots out to drag those kids to school. Send those robots out. If they're sick, pick them up. Pump, pump, carry them to school. Pump, 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 pump. All right, I thought they were going to send the robots out there to find people. Sam Pancake, mem for 8 months. He's an extra. Sam's going through a bunch of stuff. Sam, I wasn't avoiding your call. I set my phone down, had some stuff to do, and I was doing show prep, buddy. I did see your call. I wasn't blowing you off, buddy. I love you. So robots, Japan, and I thought, well, what they're going to do is they're going to use the robots to cure truancy. Go get those fuckers, drag them into school. Let's go, bring them in. Let's get it done. It's not what it said. It said they're going to use the robots as some sort of a better version of FaceTime. It's a better version of a Zoom call. Something like strap the kid at home in some suit, and then the robot sits in the class and does the pen and pencil and bangs the chalkboard, the erasers together, and chalkboard erasers, chalkboard, banging erasers. Seriously? You don't know what I'm talking about when I say you got to stay after school and bang the erasers? I'm not talking about Lionheart to stay after school to bang the teacher. No, bang erasers. Are you kidding me? You're going to make me stop the program to talk about banging erasers because you don't know? Okay. Look, you're obviously under the age of 40. Clearly. So I'm going to ask you to leave the live stream, go look it up, watch a YouTube video or something on, let YouTube be your daddy, tell you all about banging erasers and why that was a punishment, and you get the chalk out of the erasers. And I know you don't know what chalk is, fine. But then when you come back to the live stream after you've educated yourself, when you want to hang out with Generation X and beyond, please sit at the little kid table. And which one is the little kid table? Well, there'll be a group of adults sitting over here at the dining room tables and then the breakfast nooks and things like that. And then as the tables kind of bleed out into the living room, they get smaller and they're not the same color anymore. There'll be like a blue card table and an old gray card table. None of the chairs are going to match. That's where the little kids sit, just so you know. And if you don't understand, go look that up too. All right. Where was I? So yeah, Japanese going to use robots to do some weird Zoom call thing. And I oppose that, man. I protest. I think we should send those robots out there to fucking grab those kids and drag them by the hair and put them in class. And then have the robots sit over them and say, do your fucking work. Is there a reason that wouldn't be? Okay. That's why they don't put me. That's why they don't put me in charge of anything. Like nothing at all, because I take a simple idea and I make it work, and we can't have that going on now, can we? All right. Okay, I don't have this video, but I did see it, and I got to tell you because I couldn't find the video again. So real quick, there's a wild dog. It grabs this deer, this little buck, and it tries to eat it. This wild dog is going to eat the. Do you know what the deer did? He fucking walked out into the lake and put his hoof on the dog and drowned the dog. He fucking just killed. He's like, all right, fucker, because he had him. He had him by the throat right here at the shoulder muscle, and he had a big bite, bleeding and everything. And the deer goes, okay, fucker, then we're both going down. We're gonna die. Then you're gonna die too. Goes out there into the water where the dog can't breathe and puts his hoof on him. Like, how you like that? Almost, I swear to God, it was almost like he knew what he was fucking doing. Wasn't upset, wasn't screaming, wasn't clawing at the thing or hoofing at the thing or pawing it. I guess if you have a hoof, you're hoofing. Kicking, horses kick. Coyotes and the wolves, well, they'll paw at you. Dogs will paw at you. Well, is it kicking? I don't know. Put his fucking hoof on him and drown the dog. Dog didn't get any dinner that night. Fuck that guy. All right, I'm telling you. So, yeah, more stuff. We have more stuff. Oh. Okay, so this is personal. I don't know if you can see above that arrow right there. There's a chicken, and its leg is all bent. We got one chicken. My wife left town. I didn't do this to the chickens. I wasn't chasing the chickens around. There was no wild animals chasing the chickens around. But this chicken, you know how a chicken would just sit down on its talons, right? That's what Napoleon Dynamite said. The chicken would sit down on its talons and its claws, and you can't see it. It just sits like a boop, and it's there. This one cannot. That leg is out to one side like it got all twisted up in a surfboard accident hitting the coral reef outside of Malibu. It's bad. And the chicken, we can put water near the chicken, and it kind of moves over to the water. It moves over to the food. But the good thing is that other chickens haven't fucked with this one yet. Normally what happens, if we get an injured chicken, the other ones kick the shit out of it. They peck it till it's dead. It's almost like, oh, you're not functioning correctly. We must destroy you and pull your batteries out. And they rip the chicken up. And we've had to separate chickens and fight with chickens and try to clean them up. But this one, no one's fucked with this one yet. No one's attacking it. I think it's the biggest, oldest chicken, but it's definitely not good. It can't walk very well. It certainly ain't going to be hopping around into the nesting box and laying eggs. I don't know, dude. When it's a horse, you shoot the horse when the leg's broke so bad it'll never be right again. But what do you do with the chicken? Do I just walk out there and have a conversation with it and say, look, got to eat you. Sorry, you're done. Or do I just walk out and shoot it and then have my kids shovel it up and bury it? I don't know what to do with the chicken. I'm not far enough out in the country where I can throw it over the wall and have the coyotes get it. No. That would be what my brother-in-law does. My brother-in-law, the Sun Valley Fox, what he does with his chickens, when one of the chickens fucks with him or a rooster fucks with him, I'm not kidding. He will punt that motherfucking thing over into the desert and go, you're on your own now. Now, you can get all upset if you're part of PETA. You can get all upset if it was a very nice thing to do. Well, I'm just telling you, my brother-in-law is not a nice person. You guys, some of you have met him. He's horrible. He's never on time. He doesn't follow through with his legal obligations. And now we all know he punts chickens. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You guys have such a skewed view of him. You guys put the Sun Valley Fox in this pedestal where, I promise you, he doesn't belong. If you're going to raise the Sun Valley Fox up to any level, just about eye level is fine. Just where they can put the poster in the post office, they can put the picture up there, the wanted. That's how high you elevate him. About 6'5", where everybody can see that he's wanted in the post office. That's his elevation status. Oh, all right. Richard Norris, bottom glass. And okay, I'm going to go back to other stuff. I have my book of lies. We wrote a book of lies today, but I did not know that Three Musketeers once came in 3 flavors. I had no idea. No one had ever told me that. Three Musketeers used to. Now, when was this? This was way before my time because I love Three Musketeers. I would remember that shit. Does anybody in here remember Three Musketeers having flavors of any kind? I'm seriously, now, I think I read what they were, but if you, Sam Penguin did his in there, but if in the comments, if you know what the flavors were, don't guess. I don't want to hear coffee flavored and raspberry plum and all this other shit. Choke the chicken, put it in the pot. Call Super Chicken. Okay, I got all the jokes there, you guys. If it ain't laying eggs, eat it. Wow. That was just Chris Wilson's he's just very matter of fact. Hey, fuck it, if it's not laying eggs. Now, see, Chris was looking at it from a business point of view. If that fucking thing is just consuming and not giving you anything, fuck it, it's out of here. All right. Fresh grilled chicken. Boy, you guys are Johnny on it with Kill the Fucking Chicken. All right, so I'm asking you, does anybody know did anybody ever seen Three Musketeers and soda? Strawberry was one, I believe. All right, Tech Dumb Dad. I think that's right. And then Bob McKinley, chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. Yeah, I think that's what I read. I think it was like Neapolitan ice cream. But I never had one. Now, I don't think I'd like a strawberry one, but man, a vanilla Three Musketeers? I might be in on that action, man. I got to tell you, I might be in. But I was never given the opportunity. I mean, this has to go back to the 1915, 1920, right after World War I ended. So we should just ask the Sun Valley Fox. I mean, he was there. He's getting out of high school then and see what they ever did. So, yeah. All right. We'll go back to what I was saying. I told you I'd go to the Book of Lies. Next, we'll go to the Book of Lies. But the Book of Lies does have some pictures involved in it. All right. Yep. Look at that. First thing on the list. We got to go right back, and now we got to find it. Let's go find it. It was a transgender. There it is right there. Okay. I don't like being the one to bring you guys bad news. I don't like to break bad news first. I'm feeling okay with this one because I'm not really sure if it's bad news. I don't think some of you are going to care. But McDonald's is getting rid of self-serve soda. And the reason that's even, you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, why did you even write that down? Why is it even a story? Why is it in the book of lies? Well, I would be happy to tell you. Thank you for asking. But I think before we do, I'm going to need another drink. Bum, 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 bum. God, if you guys could see him spilling this all over the fucking table, Lion's going to have a shit fit. All right. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you. So they're getting rid of it. Now, the reason they're saying it is because of health concerns. Now, I understand, touching doorknobs and stuff with your hands and stuff. I get it. But in my mind, I don't think I would ever be concerned, unless someone's over there sneezing on this shit, that I would ever catch anything from it, because we don't touch anything. You take your cup, touch the thing, the stuff goes in. I don't remember ever having a concern about this at all. But they said they're getting rid of them for health concerns, the COVID thing. And so they're digging a little deeper. And what I mean by digging a little deeper, Top Knot's member for 12 months. Thanks for sticking around, Top Knot's Rule. We love you. What I mean by digging a little deeper is I poked around and I read the story and I read a couple of related stories. I don't know anybody at McDonald's, okay? I don't have anybody I can call. All right. So with that being said, is that when you read deeper, when you get to the bottom of the story, like, well, we're doing it for health and safety and COVID. Yeah, they're doing it for cost. Now, why wouldn't they do it? Why weren't they doing it for cost before? Well, I'll tell you. Because before it was like, you know what? Instead of paying someone, do you know how much time our employees waste going out, getting the drink, going back, getting the drink, bringing it around the corner, put them out, get the drink, call the number, call the name, get your stuff? A lot. But now things are going automated. Now they just need to have somebody walk over and put on 4 lids. Do you know that McDonald's even had a machine that they were messing with that put the lid onto? It did. It just did so. Pong, lids go on. So if you don't need to have an employee to do it, and you don't, instead of having 3 employees working, because remember, they got to clean them too. Every night they got to go out there, they got to flush out the tips of all those things, put them in hot water, clean everything off, dump the ice, dump the trays, hot water down. They have to do that. What if they have a machine that does the whole thing? As the orders come in, you've already seen at McDonald's the little things go around and fill them, right? What would be the difference in what we've all seen that in the drive-thru? Haven't you looked in and the little machines? Some of them have that rotate the cups around in a circle and they fill them up as they go. And it doesn't matter what size they are; it's all on there. So if they have one that can put a lid on it, then they have one that just grabs it and sets it over here. Now you've eliminated 2 out of your 3 people. Now that may not seem like a lot to you, but if they're eliminating 2 out of 3 people on staff on that for a million people, to get rid of 2 out of 3 or 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3 for sure. $5. Who's jumping in there? Loud one. Have you been following the E12 virus progression? Electoral interference version 2. Yeah, we're studying that deeply. Mrs. For Watton, 5 memberships. God damn it, screw my screen again. And I can't see who did it. Oh, there it was. Phil's Garage. We met Phil. Wig Wag Workshop. Didn't meet Wig Wag. General Foodie, been around a while. Jason Ferry. Drop 'em and Todd Powers, along with everybody else who got the behind-the-scenes pass. After it's over, go look in the YouTube community section. There's a community section. Boom, a little tab. Playlist, shorts, or whatever the kids got. 2 years of stuff you can go look at. 2 years. All right, so back to McDonald's. If they can eliminate 2 out of the 3 people, go fully automated, why wouldn't they? They just got to get rid of these machines, go to automated side. Now they just have to have someone hand it to you or put it on the tray, put it out the window. I know you guys think that this is like a good thing. And for us, it is as consumers, because obviously I don't work there. However, when you guys did the whole COVID, I'm going to stay home, I'm going to go into work, I'm staying home, I ain't doing this shit anymore, just give me government money and I'm staying home. All right. They did for a while. They needed to keep people home. They needed to fuck up the elections. All sorts of weird shit needed to happen. But they learned that they didn't need all their workers. You guys, this is the one thing that I can't get through to millennials and Generation Z. This is true in McDonald's if you work in there, and this is true in life. Don't leave. Don't say, you know what, I can't come into work, I ain't doing it. You can just pay me, when all this blows over, I'll be there. When conditions are satisfactory and safe for me to return, you think you're scoring. You think you're getting a paycheck. You think you're getting away without working. Well, you might have for a little while, but you ain't going back to McDonald's. They figured out they don't need you. Do you know how the numbers had come out, and they kind of kept them super quiet. Nobody was picking up on the story. But do you realize how many businesses, even after the pandemic was over and everyone could come back to work, how many people didn't want to? But even more importantly, how many businesses said, fine, don't. We don't need you. They figured out a way to do it without you. They figured out a way to be okay without your presence. Oh, I'm sure you had skills and you had talents, they miss you in their heart a little bit. But the bottom line is, you left, and they figured out a way to do it without you. This is just this story with McDonald's is a little more prevalent, I would guess, and they have automation and stuff like that. It's true in relationships too. Don't fucking leave. You fucking run off and go, you know what? I need a break. I'm leaving and taking off. You better hope you're right, because if you leave and the other person figures out, oh, no, this ain't so bad. Don't miss you as much as I thought. Now you fucked yourself to prove a point. So, I'm just saying, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. These fuckers all left McDonald's by the hundreds of thousands, and now when they come back, they're like, yeah, we've been doing this. We're better off the way it was. They're laying off tons of people. That was also buried in the fine print. They're like, yeah, we're going to just put the stuff back up there and have machines do it, and you guys can all go fucking home. Look at all the places in Seattle where they demanded minimum wage to be so high, and all the McDonald's and fast food, they put up kiosks. If we can order it on our phone through Uber and DoorDash, we certainly can walk into a place and push a fucking button. And we don't even need to. We can push the button on our phone and go through the drive-thru. You push people, you push companies down the road, they're going to find a way to do it without you. They don't care about people, they care about the dollar. McDonald's is in the business of making money, not friends. They don't give a shit. Oh, they care about employees, they care about managers, they care because it keeps their business running. But if they could turn everything into fully 100% automated, you'd all be fucking gone in a New York minute. To quote Walter from The Big Lebowski, am I wrong? Am I wrong? Well, you have to find something else to do. All right, McDonald's. Boy, I don't want to get into this shit. Oh, here's something. Joe brought this up the other day, and I was very impressed. Electric cars. You know that they just had that, they went off on, the government went off on this tour of electric cars, and they all ran out, and they didn't have enough charging stations and charging ports for all the people behind them. And so they sent gasoline cars ahead to block the porting stations. So when the government got there with their electric vehicles, they could plug them in. And they had some people, some pregnant ladies and stuff that were pissed. They were sitting outside, couldn't get to a charging station. It was just a mess. There isn't enough charging stations to go around for the cars that are here. So, but think about, this is what Joe said. He brought up a great point. If I want to go to Vegas and I'm broke, I want to rob somebody, get some money, where would I go? On I-15 from the Cajon Pass, Two Bear pats me on the back, sends me up to 15. Charging stations. They're always out in the middle of nowhere on these long hauls. We're going to put a charging station in the middle of nowhere. That'll help you, because when you think you're out of juice, we got a place right there for you. All right, true enough. Except you put these charging stations way out in the middle of nowhere. They can't go anywhere. If they coast in on empty, they ain't driving away because it won't get very far. So now you got these individuals or families stuck out in the desert, no one around, no security, not even a dude in a kiosk, not even a rent-a-cop reading a newspaper or Mad Magazine looking over his glasses at, no. I'd go to those places. You just roll up on them and say, give me all your money. Give me all your stuff. There's nobody around. You can shoot the gun in the air and no one's going to hear you. Even if people could see you from the highway, they'd have to be looking right at you to see what you're doing. I'm just saying, what about do that in Los Angeles? That's what Joe said. What about in Los Angeles? These people are going to be at those electric charging stations for 45 minutes. You got them. You know where they're going to be and that they're stuck and they can't go anywhere. You just got to sit back and pick the mark you want. Wait for that dude to show up and go, yep, that's my boy. He looks fat and helpless and loaded. I know you would have thought I was talking about me up until the part loaded. If you'd have said fat and broke, now we're talking about me. But the charging station is going to be a great place. Now, so if you write this down in the book of how to manipulate the system and rob people, that would be chapter 1. Chapter 2 would be don't do that same method. Don't try that at a truck stop. Whole different vibe at a truck stop. Just letting you know, in case you were wondering, don't roll up on 35 truckers eating at a greasy spoon and go, all right, give me your money. Yeah, you probably the last things you say with a full set of teeth. All right, where was I? Mrs. 4 Watton dropped in $50. Now, I was going to say every $50 I will take a shot. We never got to that point, Mrs. 4. Mrs. 4, I was going to let you do it cumulatively, like add it up. Because I know you got your pencil and paper out. I know that's ready. Which I would have said G2 blue marker. But Trippy Pineapple and I are having an argument over that. He doesn't even know that I was in contesting what he said. I wanted one pen, he wanted the other. I got to try his pen, but the G2 is the best pen on the planet. There's nary a better pen anywhere. And he now has one to rank in contention. Sidestepping story. Anyway, so Mrs. 4 Watton, if people give $5, $10, whatever, when it gets to 50, just ding, 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 or do it on my phone or something here. I'll take my phone and I'll put it right where I can see. Hang on, Mrs. 4. And when it goes off, if you tell me and it goes off, I will drink another shot. Just if it gets to 50, don't get all excited. All right. There we are. Okay. So Mrs. 4 Watton, $50, got her big red one. Mrs. 4 Watton, classy and ever-present. You know what I don't have? I don't have the jar out. How did none of the jar out? Where's the jar? There's the jar. All right. So the jar is out, and we have a new $2 whore. And, oh, no, Mrs. 4 Watton's peaches. No. Mrs. 4 Watton's perfectly lovely ass-shaped peaches need to go in that jar. And right now we got some diamonds, a new members, the green one, and a new $2 whore to go right up against Mrs. 4 Watton's ass-shaped peaches. But for right now, I'll drink. All right, that I need a little training wheels on. Okay. Whew, loud one. Shit. Loud one, $50. Should I had to because Mrs. 4 did. Mrs. 4's buys GX Mom wine. Mine buys GS whiskey. Well, tonight I'll have to drink another shot. All right. God damn it. All right. So loud one, Mrs. Ford. I was already drinking. You guys know I was drinking. I was drinking ahead of time. All right. There's another $50. Okay. Good God. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, what's up there? My whole screen turned pink with Mrs. Ford, pink with Loud One. Another one is Johnny Doe. Bless you, brother. Oh, thank God he didn't put in $50. Johnny put in $49.99. Now, I was very clear on the rules. I would drink another shot if it was 50. It was not. It was $49.99. So, cumulatively, we can continue. But for right now, I am off the goddamn hook. I got stories to tell. Goddamn, you got to leave me be. All right, so where was I? Where were we? Something here, stories. It's the Book of Lies. Okay. So, yeah, middle of the desert, L.A. You got to remember that. Charging station, you're a prime target. Prime fucking target. Think about what I'm saying there and pass that around. You guys, I'm not saying you're driving an electric vehicle. I'm not saying you're like Low Torque. Low Torque's wife made him drive an electric vehicle. That's a lie. She made him buy an electric vehicle, and now she gets to drive it. But you know what I'm saying. Okay, where was I? Loud one, $5. It's okay, General. I'm drinking too. I need to pass out for another 6 hours. Well, thank you very much. My phone didn't go off, so I'm good. And I'm going to turn it to Mrs. Forrest right there. She's got my personal cell phone number. All right, where was I? All right, I have a question. I'm just drinking enough. What am I on? 6, 7 shots since we started this an hour ago. Werewolf 2004, I said I'm off the hook. He goes, no, you're not. He dropped in $2, which puts me over this. God damn it. And Two Bear did it too. You bunch of mother... fucking blessed. Boy, he says, you guys got off easy. You know, normally, hey, Two Bear, you want to be a man? Put in $50. I'll drink. I dare you, $50, man. Two Bear waits. Two Bear puts in $2. He goes, cheers, buddy. God damn it. All right, every $50 to take a shot. I think I'm doing good right now. Something to consider. Now, this is a religious question. This is a philosophical question. So I got to ask you. Now, I'm just throwing something out here. As you know, being a trained broadcast professional, I'm a keen observer of human nature. So nothing escapes me. Nothing. This is something that came to mind. In the Old Testament, in the Bible, it was in Exodus and Deuteronomy, in both places, it says, God says, 10 Commandments, worship no other God before me. Worship no other God other than me. So now hold on. Before you get all weird on me here, think about what he said. God said, hey, worship no other God before me. Now, as a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, holding my glass of Jack Daniels as the Lord is speaking to me. Remember, he was a burning bush, and I'm standing there? That's not true. He was a burning bush, and Sun Valley Fox was standing there. Yeah. So, but I was paying attention. It was Sun Valley Fox and I go way back. So he says, worship no other gods before me. My question would be, how many are there? And God would say, what do you mean, how many are there? I said, well, you don't want me worshiping any other gods before you. How many do I have to choose from? I thought you were the only God. Now, I know what you're going to say. Here, can you hear the keyboards typing? I can. He's just talking about man can make other gods, the god of money and the god of sex and drugs and worshiping yourself and possessions. And you can make your own gods, and then you can't worship those gods. And gods can be anything you put before. I got it. That's what you're saying. I know. I got what you're saying. Okay? But then why did God say, don't worship any other gods before me? Don't worship any other gods before me. Why didn't he? Then he would have said, don't invent any other gods. Don't create them. Don't manifest them. And then don't worship any of them before me. Don't make money your God and then worship it before me. Don't make, desire your God and then worship. He didn't say that. So I'm just saying, if you're right, if you're going to come at me and you're going to say that God said, that God meant, well, man can create false gods and he didn't want, and he would have said, don't create any false gods and then don't worship them in front of me. I'm just posing a question here. Oh my God, I'm getting my ass kicked over the $50 drinks. I should have started this. All right. Who is that? Who's that on there? Average whiskey drinker dropped in $50. And I'm not going full bore, but I'm drinking. It's in here. Christina, I love you, but you're gonna have to take a second here. Sweetheart, put me on. I got one. Mrs. Forrest keeping track. I owe you guys one. Hey, you guys know what I'm talking about. So that's my question. It's really simple. If God says, don't have any other gods before me, don't worship any other gods before me, my first question would have been, well, how many are there? And then you can get into this debate about making them, but God didn't say, don't make a God and then worship him. I'm just leaving it out there. I'm going to leave it on the table, okay? I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm just leaving it out there for you guys. I thought it was worth bringing up. You guys want to know what keeps me up at night? That's one of the things that keeps me up at night. I thought, we don't talk a bunch of religion on here. Once in a while, it's not going to hurt your feelings. That's one of the things I hate about the online stuff is I spend 5 or 10 minutes talking about the Old Testament, and I'll get emails tomorrow. Oh, fuck it, I'm leaving. You're just talking about religion. You were good until you talked about religion. All right, let's talk about sports in the NFL and Pigskin Pick'em. Everybody who signed up, we got in first, second, third place. It's been, you know what? You were fired until you talked about sports. Now you went all sports. I'm out of here. This isn't a sports channel. I'm fucking gone. It's the same with politics. Oh, you went political, man. As soon as you went political, I'm fucking leaving, man. You're worthless. It's like, fuck, dude. You know what? If there's a segment of something I'm talking about you don't like, leave. Oh, my God. Yeah, leave. There was one of the most brilliant things, a TikTok channel or a Slice channel, something, where this guy's talking about how he works in a store. He's a store employee, and he talks. His little skits are all about all the shit he deals with. My favorite one of all time with this guy was when somebody came in and said, "You know what? I don't like the way you run your store. Your service is horrible. I'm leaving the store, and I'm never coming back." And the guy goes, "Oh no, whatever shall we do?" Next person in line, please. Because there'll be more customers. If someone doesn't like that I'm talking about religion, they can go fuck themselves and go that way. It's fine. Someone else will fill your spot at the table, man. The ranks of extras, they're rotating, man. We got a core of people that stay, but there's people on the fringe that come and go as they please. I'm fine with that. But don't yell at me because I want to talk about something. Or maybe we should just shut the whole thing down. And why don't you guys all send me a list of things I can talk about? I'll try to find one or two things that we all have in common, and then we can, then we can go from there. Okay? Let's do that. It won't take me a year. God damn hippies. Christina Dvorak, yes, I owe you a drink, sweetheart. I owe you the drink. It's in there. And as was just taking a shot. No, average. Mrs. Four, I did. I took another shot for average. He put in one. Christina put in two. Oh my God. Christina put in two. One called me handsome. I love you. One called me general. Shit. All right, well, I'm going to make this one a double, but then we're calling it. Christina. That's tough. And oh my God, she did it again. Christine, is this payback because I couldn't sneak you out of where you were to get you to the barbecue? Is this my penance, dear? Is this what you want? You want me to get so drunk? You want me to take off all my clothes and run around? You want to see a big fat guy naked running around the camera? Is that what you want? Because YouTube will ban us. This bus will go right off the fucking cliff. My sister-in-law is going, well, I wouldn't mind seeing a little before you get banned anyway. Just a little, Oh, I'm kidding. My sister-in-law doesn't think of me that way. All right. I did a double for you here, Christina. Good God, please. You got to give me a rest. You're a good woman. Good God. All right, let's talk about something that gets us in trouble. Okay, so Christina did one. Did two? She did two. Did she do two or three? Did I just drink three when she only did two? Oh my God, I did, didn't I? I drank one and then I drank a double because I thought she'd... Oh my God. I fucked myself up with that one. If there was ever a time to not step on your dick, it was tonight, and I did it anyway. Well, Christina got one over on me. I'm telling you. I thought she put up three. Jesus Christ. All right. Axe. Is this a threesome? Yeah, it's a threesome, and you're not invited. It's Jack, the General, and Christina, and we're having a good time. Shut up, Two Bear. Okay. Mrs. Four. Why'd you tell everybody I was wearing a Speedo? Mrs. Four. I sent you those pictures privately. I love you, and you just put my business out on the street like that. Hey, nice. And how can you tell from behind if I'm wearing a Speedo or not? My ass gobbles that thing up like you don't even know? All right. Axe. Can I ask you a question? Black kids in school often tell the teacher, can I ask you a question? The teachers sometimes correct them, saying it's not ask you a question, it's ask you a question. Now these teachers are getting sued because they're changing black culture. The teachers say, no, I'm trying to teach them how to speak correctly. Parents and groups are fighting back going, you cannot diminish the black heritage. You cannot diminish black history. If that child wants to say ask instead of ask, they can. Don't you degrade us. Don't you take away from us. What the fuck is going on? Well, it's just you and your white privilege. And if you're not white, then it's your wealth privilege. And you're taking away our culture. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this isn't a huge argument. This isn't going to be front page news, although it's happening all over. And there's groups that are with lawyers that are targeting these schools. They're targeting these teachers. Don't change when a black kid says axe. Don't correct them. They're trying to force the issue at hand. Now, why is that important? Who would care? Which side? Fuck it. You guys all want to say axe? Fine, say axe. You want to sound stupid? Sound stupid. You want to be ignorant to the English language? Be ignorant to the English language. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. All right. There's an argument to be made for that. Hold on one second. GX Patrick, $5. Don't know about you all, but this is my regular prayer meeting. Priest General. Patrick. Certified minister. Remember? Actually got ordained, married Chush and Loudwin in Vegas. Remember? All right. We're good, man. This counts, buddy. This counts. I will sign and punch your prayer card. You can take that right to heaven and go, St. Peter, did my time in church. Old man Jake, remember for 12 months, got his big red one. Old man, I think it's time for a cigar and have a little fun. You know, I almost want to do a live stream some outside at the fire pit or at the bar. The temperature's coming down at night. I want to be out there. I can light a cigar. We can put I want to try it really bad. I do. Come on, if we could do the whole barbecue with the kid out there with the desk with his stuff, why can't we do one with me there? I think we can. All right. Where was I? Axe and ask. So the principle of it is, why is that a big deal? Who would care? Fuck it. Let them go. You just want to let them talk that way. You want to say it, say it. However, I'm just speaking from common sense here. All right. Now hold on. I'm just looking out my front door. Maybe as my generation, maybe Generation X sees a little further down the road than the next guy. Because the next guy's going, hey, if they want to do it, let them do it. If they want to have it, let them have it. If they want to say it wrong and be funny and be stupid and be ignorant, let them do it. No. I mean, that's primarily why I wouldn't want them to do it. I don't want them to be speaking incorrect English. I'd like them to do it right as close as they can. I fuck up my fair share of it, but come on, man, let's tighten up our game where we know it's a fuck up, and that's one of them. However, what's next? Anybody still listening to me? What's next? What else could you just say? It's part of my culture. You got to let me do it. Well, your son is beating up people at school. Well, it's just part of our culture, so we'll work on that. But you can't say shit. It's just like saying axe. It's just like, it's a violent culture. Dad leaves, mom raises 4 children. It's a culture thing, cultural thing. Got to leave it, man. Leave it alone. Where does it end? What about kids robbing other kids at school their lunch money and stuff? Well, we don't think that's right, but let's not get him in trouble. Let's not take him to jail. Let's not be too upset. Now, it's a cultural thing. Where would it end if you say, all right, you can speak how you want to? Can they do math how they want to? Can they quote world history how they want to? I'm just saying, no one's brought this up. I didn't hear this anywhere else. For once, I didn't plagiarize something from somebody else. I didn't steal it. I saw the article. I listened to the stuff. I read what was going on. And I thought, my first thought was, where does it end? The journalist talking didn't say that. I did. If you say, we already know, if someone has a personal belief about their gender and their stuff, you can change science because personal belief, for some reason, now counts as much as religious belief, because that was the only thing that was untouchable when I was growing up. A person's religious belief, no matter how weird it was, you had to respect it. It was a religious belief. All right, we did. Now it got to any personal belief has to be given the same gravity and the same consideration as religious. And if I believe I'm an attack helicopter, you got to call me an attack helicopter. That's Mr. Apache to you. But this is also personal belief. What if personal belief, we've already had it jump the line. It went from religion to whatever we want it to be. What if it's cultural? What if they, well, you don't understand. My personal belief is I can say the word axe. 2 + 2 is 5. Where does it end? I'm not saying they're doing that. I'm not saying they're thinking about it. What I'm telling you is I'm thinking about it. What I'm telling you is that's what popped into my head. And maybe that's just my parenting kicking in going, fuck, you give them an inch, they take a mile. We've all heard that before. And if you haven't, you're too young for this program. Please exit. Let me jump over here. Link in the comments now. Johnny Doe 49.99. It reminds me of Genesis where the snake says, if you eat this, you will not surely die, but be like us. Then after they eat, the Lord God says, the man has become like one of us. Why did God say they would die if they ate it? Don't know. Because they did die. Because it was a sin. And if I'm Johnny, was trying to catch you up here, buddy. I love you, but pay attention now. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve didn't have to, everything was provided for them. They didn't have to get out the rototiller and, plow the garden. The only garden you had to plow was Eve's. Didn't have to sweat over the land. Everything was provided for him. For the wages of sin is death. He sinned. He lied. He did not do what he's supposed to do. He ate the one thing you're not supposed to do. Don't eat the fucking fruit. Now, we could go back and blame this all on women. I won't try to do that. In fact, I'll try not to bring it up. But once they ate the fruit, then they lied about it, they sinned, they're dying. Now, that's it. That ties it all together, and now your clock is ticking. You got a fuse that you're trying to put out like Two Bear running around in a drunken, naked skirmish in his living room trying to put that fuse out. He ain't gonna, and neither are you. We're all gonna die. That's what they meant by that. If I'm reading what you're saying, that's it. Then things changed at that point. All right, where was I? Johnny Dill is only $49.99. You were 1 penny shy of me taking a drink, buddy. Old man Jake, this is why kids are on their phone constantly, because they can't be alone with their thought. That is a sad part of this generation. Old man Jake, that's fucking huge. That's what we did with our kids. When our kids would come home from school, we would take their phones. They needed to learn to disconnect. Kids needed to disconnect. Now, hold on. It says loud one. General, our wedding is something I'm very proud of and quite openly share it with people. Had many look at me and say, what the fuck, you loud one? Yeah, people just need to be themselves and treat people they don't want to, how they want to be treated. Bottom of the Glass made it awesome. Yeah, Loud One and Chush met through Gen X Talks in the Bottom of the Glass Nation. They got married through Gen X Talks in the Bottom of the Glass Nation. And one day, when all of this falls apart and everybody goes their separate ways, that wedding, those two people, along with the rest of us, there's names you guys are going to remember forever. Forever. Back in the day, there was a Gen X Talks, and there was let's see, who was in there? There was Lion, and there was Trippy, and there was the General, and you're going to remember the people. You're going to remember those events. They may not be earth-shattering, but they're ours. They're yours. You can say you were there. Maybe I'll be like a painter. When I'm dead, maybe my value will go up. And then someone will say something nice. You go, I knew the General. I was fucking there, man. I bought that dude a drink in Vegas. Maybe if I do something fantastic on my way out the door, I don't want to die of liver cancer. I want to die doing something, like he rescued those 10 people and then he killed that guy who needed to die. He was a great man and he's gone. I don't mind having that on my tombstone. I'm good with that. All right, so let's see. I kind of owe 2 drinks, but Johnny Doe was a penny short. Loud One was right on the money. So I'm going to drink a full one right now, and we'll call that close. Oh, all right. Where was I? I had stuff to say. I was saying something important, wasn't I? All right, so I drank. Da-doom, da-doom, da-doom. Old man Jake gifted a membership to Cameron Taylor. Cameron Taylor can now leave the live stream whenever he chooses. Go behind the scenes in the YouTube community section and see all the stuff that you can't normally see. All right, where was I? The border. God, I don't want to get into this shit. All right, I'll do it. Fuck it. Let's go. There's some stuff that was bothering me today, and I wrote it down. Okay, so where's that other shit? Turn that one off, turn that one on. All right, so we all know Eric Adams. He's the mayor of New York City. And what has he been saying for the past 3 days? Now, write this down, and you can take it to the water cooler with you tomorrow, talk about shit. There's a migrant situation is destroying the city. Why? Well, it's because Governor Abbott in Texas is shipping. We have 150,000. We can't handle it. We can't do it. It's interfering. The crime, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Eric, I know you're home having a drink right now. It's 10:15 at night back in New York. I know you got your shoes off, you got your shirt unbuttoned, you got a drink in your hand, and you're watching the program. Thank you. Respect. But Eric, we told you this is what's going to happen in the entire country. Every city is going to have this. You think that there's 6 million migrants coming across the border and they're all going to wander out into the Arizona desert and just stand there? No. They're going to go to the cities. Now, a lot of them are good people. Not every migrant is a bad person. They're going to plug in. They want to be here so bad. But there's a lot of them that aren't. Even the good ones can't fit in right away. We've been saying this. Now you're saying it because it's in your backyard. This is the problems with liberal Democrats. This is the problem that they do all these things. Oh, open borders is fine. It's fun for everybody. Let's go. They pass rules. They pass laws. They allow things that everybody who has common sense goes, this is a bad idea. This is going to get fucked up. No, it's not. You're just heartless. You're racist. You're phobic. You're whatever. It's you. You're the problem. Everything's fine. Just let it be. All right. Till they all ended up in your backyard. Do you know that Gavin Newsom's on the edge? And I'm telling you, this isn't in the newspapers. This is me telling you in California with my finger on the pulse of the community. There are millions of liberal Democrats that are quietly going to vote Republican to get rid of this fucker if they get the chance again. He is letting these issues destroy a beautiful state. California is a beautiful state. I love California. But he's ruining it. And they've had enough. Look at all the places that have closed down and pulled up stakes and said, fuck it, we're out. It's always a good idea until the fucked up part ends up in your backyard. Then all of a sudden it's a crisis. Then all of a sudden it's an issue. When Texas was dealing with it, no big deal. Texas is just a bunch of assholes. Now that it's happened, busing everybody up there. Now it's an issue? Eric, now it's a problem. It was a problem before, dumbass. It's always been a problem. This was the only way to make you see it. I'm glad that Abbott did this because this seems to be the only way that we can force Democrats to realize their policies are fucking stupidly insane, harmful to everyone, is when we force them to right in front of them, force them to deal with it right in front of their day-to-day lives. Then all of a sudden, whoa, hold on a second. I need to get out of this and find a way to blame the Republicans. Hold on. I'm just saying. And what's really hilarious is people turned on him. MSNBC, this guy can't even say his name. He's a guy who chimes in. He's seen Eric Adams' clip claiming that migrants destroy New York City. It is awful. There is a reason why Republicans and far-right folks are gleefully sharing this information. He didn't say Eric was wrong. He didn't say the city wasn't under siege by illegal immigrants. No. He didn't contest the facts of what the mayor of New York was saying. What he said was, well, why are the Republicans so fucking happy about this? You know, there's got to be a yeah, we're happy because you're finally getting the message. We're happy because you finally got your head out of your ass and you're going, oh shit, there's a problem here. But this guy went a little further. New York Dems would have had Maya Wiley as mayor, but they went for the ridiculous Adams, a Trump knockoff. Do you think that Adams ran for mayor as a Trump knockoff? Did he say, hi, I'm just like Donald Trump, but I'm a Democrat. Vote for me. And he won? No. This is their way of throwing the guy under the bus because he told the truth. He had no choice. His hand was forced. He says, fuck, we can't do this. This is immigration's killing us. Oh, stupid man. You should have done that. Now we as the Democratic Party, we got to you're out. You're out, buddy. You're a Trump supporter, a Republican lover. You hate immigration. You're a racist. Here it all comes. They will cut this motherfucker loose. Cut bait. They're gone. They're done. That's how quickly they turn on you. All right. So, John Doe, Mrs. Fort Watton. The bad words I want to say to you right now, Mrs. Fort Watton. My phone went dark here. I got to look it up. Yeah, there she is. God, she got a list for me. All right. Hold on. Mrs. Fort Watton is on my phone. And when the lovely, the classy, the ever-present Mrs. Fort speaks, she's like E.F. Hutton. We're all going to listen. Yes, you owe 2. Make it 3. Another one. 59 from John Doe. Oops, $49.99. Another 50 from Loud One. I got that one. You owe 2 more. 1 for Johnny. Doesn't one from me. I paid the extra penny. She did. God damn it. All right, hold on. I think I missed something up there. I want to make sure I didn't. Houdini, member for 17 months, bottom of Glass Nation. Waiting to see how the general liked the Old Forester non-prohibition whiskey that I gifted at the barbecue. I tried, the non-prohibition one. I tried that. Had a much, I could drink that all night. The other one was a bit tough, but Houdini, that shit you brought to the barbecue to give out, good stuff. That I could get more of, Houdini. Handed it to me personally. What a great guy. All right, make sure I didn't miss anything here. Backing up, scrolling down, moving around. Scrolling. Keep them comments scrolling. All right. Old man Jake, $5. Turned my whole screen teal. Member for 1 year. Got his big red one. The one that screamed the loudest will win, but the ones that, like us, that sit back and wait to fight back. Yes, sit and wait. Your time's coming. All right. So Mrs. Fort Watton says I owe 2. That sounds about right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Mrs. Fort. I'm going to fill this to the very top. And that's got to count as 2, sweetheart. It really, I love you. But that's to the very fucking top. I'm not even 3-finger hiding it anymore. I'll drink this and keep going. I'm not ready to pass out yet. I'm a big guy. And I'm a man. I'll drink until I say stop. Not till you say stop. That's for me, not you. You hear how my voice got lower, Mrs. Fort? I tilted my hat down, got a little dark in there. Mrs. Fort, I'm drinking it right now. Don't you ever question me again. I'm trying to talk for a long time because I'm avoiding the... Oh, there we go. Oh. Shot number 9, 10, 11. I don't know where we're at. Fuck. It's up there, though. It's got to be a bit. All right. So... Kailash, no, I'm not going to get sick. I don't get sick. I don't get hangovers. I don't throw up. I'm way past that. All right. So what I was saying, let's get back to what I was saying. Why? Because what I'm saying is important. All right. So go down here. They won't die. Can't change your jaws. And come on. Where was my thing? Got more stuff in there. We're going to turn on them. There was one more. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I want to share with you here, hold on a second. Let me tie this in. We talked about Eric Adams, mayor of New York, and he's fucking everything up with the Democratic Party because he's finally admitting that immigration, unchecked, unmetered, is a bad thing. Come through the ports of entry. We let so many people in. We'll handle it. We'll get it. We're good. All right? And, of course, every liberal Democrat, no, bring them all, let them all, until they ended up in your backyard. Until you put it in their face, and then there's some going, oh, shit. It's a true story. This ties into that. I don't know if you guys caught this or not, so let me show it to you. There's a picture that goes along with it. All right, so Senator Kennedy from Kentucky, he read out loud on the floor. He read from a book that is being read to children. Because everyone on the Democratic Party, no, the books are fine. Let them learn. Let them experience it. Who cares? It's what they want. It's fine. You guys are just having problems. You're phobic. The children are okay. It's no big deal. There's no CRT. There's no identity politics being played here. There's nothing being pushed on anybody. Everything's fine. So he took a book that is in circulation at public schools and read it out loud. And the cameras went very slowly around the room. Uncomfortable. Disgusted. Viewer discretion. Kennedy makes Democrats squirm with the mentions of dildo. I think that's the C word, which I tried to say out of respect for the women that I know, while reading LGBTQ kids books. You following? You smelling what I'm stepping in here? Once he took it and read it out loud on the floor of the Senate and made everybody squirm, made everybody uncomfortable, made everybody not like what was going on, then he said, if everything's okay for an 8-year-old to hear this, why are you in your seat wishing you weren't here? Why are you trying to turn off my microphone? Again, the only way you get through to liberal, progressive Democrats that are on the fringe left that are fucking everything up is by bringing it into their backyard and making them deal with it in person. They took the immigrants to New York and they finally had to deal with it. They read the book on the Senate floor. And now there's pictures all over the internet of every Democrat that was squirming in their seats, that was wincing, that was looking the other way. There's pictures of every one of them during this reading. And if you're a grown-ass man or woman and you can't handle it, what the fuck are you approving it for children for? It isn't rocket science, man. It's common sense. It's looking out your front door and going, there's right and there's wrong. And the liberals love to say, oh, right and wrong is very subjective. Your right is different than my right. Your wrong is different than my wrong. Fuck off. You can throw that shit around a lot until it comes to children. And that's where I stand up. And I don't just stand up. I stand up with a fucking baseball bat. I will Sylvester Stallone over the top, turn my cap around backwards before I allow you to fuck around with this stupid, insane shit with children. And putting it right in front of you seems to make a difference. All of a sudden, you guys have to care. Protesting, you don't care. Testimony in Congress, you don't care. An incident happens in your hometown, you don't seem to care. But when you push the situation right in front of you where you can't get away, all of a sudden you guys seem to go, oops. Oh, I know you got to find a way to blame Republicans on your way out the door. I got it. But you still got to fucking do it. It's wrong. What you're doing is fucking wrong. All right, so I still got nothing between the sheets, so I'm just going to turn off the sheets. I'm going to give up on that shit. I'm trying to read what you got. I'm reading over here. Mrs. Forrest Clean. I'm just reading some stuff here. I'm with you guys, but I'm drunk. Or I'm not drunk, but I'm getting there. I'm probably 3 shots away from telling a story that I would have to call my brother-in-law and go, you need to hang up right now because what your sister did, you do not want to hear about this. I'm probably 3 shots away from that, to be fair. Old man Jake dropped in $5, made my whole screen teal. He says, hey, old man, how you feel about Oliver Anthony Richmond, North of Richmond song? I love the fact, there's a bunch I love about that. I love the fact that he's making a ton of money on it right now because he deserves to. I love the fact that in the beginning he wasn't making a dime. I love the fact for what it says. It's not even a catchy fucking tune. I would never listen to that going down the road and get in the groove in my truck while I'm listening to it. It doesn't matter. The matters is the guy was singing it from the heart. That's it. You go a little bit past that to all the stuff that they're talking about above that. I don't give a shit about that. I love, and the third thing I love is that it irritates the fucking shit out of liberals that it brings people together. I love that part. There's a good and bad and everything. That's the part I like. All right. You can't say ass, can't say them. It was desert, it was room. All right. I don't even know if this is going to work. Should I drink? No. I don't have, I should drink, but I'm not going to drink. I shouldn't drink, but I got a feeling someone's going to drop another 50 spot. Loud motherfucker's going to do it. I hope Loud One fell asleep. That's all we can hope for is that he went fucking out like a light. All right. I got something I'm going to try. I don't know if it's going to work. It's my first attempt. So bear with me. It's something I was trying to do. There's a good noise. Hold on. Nerds, changing drill. Eric Adams is returned. McDonald's, we talked about that. Taiwan. And get into China again. There's some new stuff. I'll leave it out. Kiss, beating each other. Shaving all rooms. We did that one. Talked about that one. I talk about that one all night. Is the astronaut pose, astronaut exercise. Making my wife do it as soon as she gets home. Take off your clothes, get in the laundry room, do the astronaut exercise. And do it. Conversation. New Mexico go. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it's gonna play. If it does, let me know. Okay. And I don't know if I can pause it. I don't think I can. Let me try. Or let me play it all the way through. I can't hear it, so
Gun
just got to go.
deaths are the
Listen.
leading cause of death for children 1 to 19 in New Mexico. From 2017 to 2021, 143 children were killed by guns. 49% of those were homicides.
It's stats like those that led Governor Lujan Grisham to put in place a public health order centered around gun violence. It asks that no person other than officers shall possess guns at public schools or parks, and that while transporting guns, they must be in a locked container or have a trigger lock. The governor also laying out how the order will affect our state's open carry law.
So effective immediately, no person other than a law enforcement officer or licensed security officer shall possess a firearm, either openly or concealed, within cities or counties, averaging 1,000 or more violent crimes per 100,000, and more than 90 fire.
I don't know. I can't tell. I got it on loop, so I can't tell. I should have taken off loop. I don't know if I played the whole thing or not. It doesn't matter. Holy shit, what came up there? Christine Dvorak having a great time. Good God, woman. Are you trying to get me drunk so that I pass out here on camera? Or are you trying to get me drunk so I hit the button on my phone that has prearranged plane tickets where you and I can spend a weekend together in Vegas with nobody knowing where we are? Because one of the two is going to happen. Oh, good God. T-Rex 69, member for 3 months, Bottom Glass Nation. Oh, no, she didn't. Yeah, she did. All right. Let me tell my story first. I don't know. That was Michelle Grisham. And some of you caught on to this. She's the governor of New Mexico. Listen to me. This is super important. I will drink. Let me get a regular shot here, and I'll drink two. Christine, God, oh, I poured that too heavy. Fuck. All right, here we go. All right, if you're going to sit back and relax, and you're going to listen to something, listen to this. The governor of the state of New Mexico just said you cannot carry a gun, even if you're licensed, even if you got a permit, even if the Constitution says you can. She said you can't. Now, I really need you guys to listen to that. Maybe I turned off the loop. Let me try it again without the loop, so when it goes off, I'll know you heard the whole thing. There's 3 or 4 components in here you need to listen to, because the mainstream stuff they're talking about, I got it. We're all going to talk about it. But as usual, my jabroni Generation X common sense brain, I got a piece down here going, I got a question. How come no one... Can we get to that point? All right, try it one more time. All right, let me go. All right, one more time. When it shuts off, I'll know you heard it. Go.
Gun deaths are the leading cause of death for children 1 to 19 in New Mexico. From 2017 to 2021, 143 children were killed by guns. 49% of those were homicides.
It's stats like those that led Governor Lujan Grisham to put in place a public health order centered around gun violence. It asks that no person other than officers shall possess guns at public schools or parks, and that while transporting guns, they must be in a locked container or have a trigger lock. The governor also laying out how the order will affect our state's open carry law.
So effective immediately, no person other than a law enforcement officer or licensed security officer shall possess a firearm, either openly or concealed, within cities or counties, averaging 1,000 or more violent crimes per 100,000, and more than 90 firearm-related emergency department visits.
According to those standards, Bernalillo County and Albuquerque are the only two places in the state right now that are under that part of this emergency order.
I can invoke additional powers. No constitutional right, in my view, including my oath, is intended to be absolute.
Okay, I'm assuming you heard the whole thing. Calm down. She already did it. She already signed the executive order for her state. It's already done. Now you got to listen to what the problem is. That's right, Noel, this sounds dangerous. A sitting governor cannot usurp the Constitution. It cannot go around the Constitution. It's, you know what is even worse is it's in the New Mexico Constitution, because back in the day when their terms were written for their state constitution, it says the same thing: don't fuck with our guns. People in her state have said you can't do. There are hardcore Democrats on the left that have already come out and said you can't do this. Did you hear the biggest thing that she said? I want to know if you caught it the way I did. Nothing in the Constitution, no constitutional amendment is permanent. Really? Nothing written in the Constitution, none of the amendments, none of the founding fathers wrote in there is permanent? She said that. You heard her say that. None of those are absolute. None of those are permanent. None of those are constant. Now, she's going after the Second Amendment because she can kind of gather some support there. She's going to lose. This is absolutely going to lose. This is absolutely going to be contested in court, and it's going to lose quickly. It's going to lose quickly all the way up. Loud One says she wants my firearms. Come and take them. Feel the same way. You're driving through there, Loud One. Check your guns at the border. You can't take them. Pay attention to what I'm telling you here. What was part of that article, part of the media, Channel 7? What did they say? Listen to what they said. Part of it was, well, because she had all these weird conditions. Well, it was only if you've had this many murders, this many shots fired, this age group, this thing, and it's just a small narrative, and it only counts for a little bit. It's only a temporary ban, and in the small, just trying to. So the news said, well, if you fit this criteria, it only encompasses 2 places in New Mexico, 2 counties. And she kept saying, it's not a ban, it's a temporary ban. It's not forever. It's just, so what, now listen, this is just my Generation X brain processing stuff. What she's trying is for a temporary ban for 30 days in just 2 places. No big deal here. Can we all live with that? Because some people will. Some people go, well, bullshit. The Constitution says I can have a gun and have a constitutional right. It should not be infringed upon. Second Amendment, not be infringed upon. But if it's only for 30 days and it's just a couple of towns that I don't live in anyway. Tag is here. Welcome. He's an extra Tag. Thanks for showing up and hanging out. It's like a first date. I'll do all the work. But pay attention to what she's telling you. Michelle from Governor of New York or New Mexico, trying a 30-day temporary ban in just a couple places, just for 30 days. Come on, relax. Why? Why not just say, if she's got the authority as governor and the constitutional right, if she's on the right side of this issue, why not just say, fuck it, no guns, period, I'm signing it, I'm the governor, and fuck you. Well, everybody would turn on her. Everybody would. Left and right, Democrats, Republicans, red and blue, everybody tell her to get fucked. But if you're going to come in with a temporary ban, you're going to come with just a couple places. Come on, relax. Just a couple places for 30 days. Let's just try this. If it works, if some judge upholds this, it's just for 30 days. It's just a couple of places. They got their foot in the door. They got their foot in the door. Then every other state that wants to do something like this will say, well, it worked over in New Mexico. Remember what Michelle did in New Mexico over there 30? Well, we just want to, hey, same thing here, but 60 days. And not 2 counties, we're going to do 4. Does anybody other than me not see the danger in this at all? And if her premise, if her conversation, she's on public record at a state function, a state meeting, and she says to the cameras, the Constitution is not permanent. The Constitution is not absolute. The amendments are, come on, they're not, please, they don't mean what you say. They're not, they need to be adjusted. All of them. You cannot. The Constitution is there's 2 things saving our country right now. Would you folks like to know what they are? Some of you already know. I'm going to say it and you already know. For those of you that are younger listening to this, write this down. Long after I'm dead and gone, when you're the old guy in the room, you can look back and say, holy shit, that dude, he said that back then. It's simple. I'm not a prophet. I'm just looking around. I'm looking out my front door and seeing what's going on. Listen to me. The 2 things saving us right now are the Constitution and the Supreme Court that upholds the Constitution. That's it. Those 2 things are the most important 2 things this country has supporting its backbone right now. They're the military and Republicans and conservatives and good people. Yes, tons of other things. Shut up. I'm not talking about that. Fun fact, Freddie. Care what you come out with. As a matter of fact, oranges grown in Florida. Stop. I'm giving you some basic stuff here, man. The Constitution is a living, breathing document, but it is not to be trifled with. There isn't one politician in the House or the Senate on either side of the aisle, Republicans included too, that I would trust to modify the Constitution. You know, if a quarterback, you guys all know football analogies, even those of you who don't like football. A quarterback breaks his legs, his arm, and his back getting the football across the goal line with 1 second on the clock to win the game in the Super Bowl. But he got the ball across the line. He may never play football again. He may not even have been the greatest football player of all time, but that one moment, he gave it all and accomplished it all. Donald Trump, helping set up the Supreme Court to support the Constitution, was a man who was getting the shit kicked out of him, beat, shot at, beat, pounded on him. They were punching that guy from every angle as he ran the ball himself and held it across the goal line when it came to the Supreme Court. Whether he ever becomes president again or not, I don't know. But that one thing, I don't care if he's the biggest fuck up known to man. I don't care if he has sex with 10 girls at the same time with 5 guys watching. I don't care whatever you want to say about him. That one thing meant more to my country than anything any other president's done in my lifetime. To me. That was fucking huge. Because you got a group of guys that are holding up the Constitution. I don't mean guys as men. People, group of guys, collectively, holding up the Constitution. That's what matters. You want to talk about nuts and bolts? You want to talk about looking out your front door? You want to talk about something that'd be good on a world show? It's that. Fucking right there. Huge. No matter what the governor said, and this is a huge thing. This needs to be taken with all sorts of seriousness. You don't want to... Michelle Grisham, The governor of New York is a fly. I don't want all of us to go after her with a fly swatter. I want everybody in this country to fire their howitzer and squash this ideology. Metaphorically, of course, I don't want you to shoot her. I'm saying this is an issue that the left needs to learn right now. Don't you ever try an executive order that gets around the Constitution, especially at the level of governor. What the fuck are you thinking? Because go look at the Democrats in the Senate, in the House, governorships that are going, yeah, I'm not with you on this. You fucked up. You really fucked up. They know. It's a big fucking deal. Who's in here? Obi5150, welcome to being an extra. Obi5150, the medical sign for all fucked up, wearing a straitjacket. Obi, you're going to fit right in, buddy. If this is your first time becoming a member, hanging out with us, it's like a first date. I'll do all the work. All right. I feel like drinking. We're coming up on 2 hours. I feel like having a shot. Anybody want to push me over the edge? I dare you. I'll pour the drink right now. Let's see if anybody's got the balls to... Oh, I even poured a full one. I poured a $75 shot right there. You'd think I'm kidding. I could have gone 3/4 of the way. That's what the bars do with the little spouts now. Remember back in the day when we were growing up, you get to go to a bar and there was a bartender pour what he want, little splash, little extra, little something, shot here, shot there. No. Nowadays, it's all cameras, and they got those fucking little flutes on there where you can hold that bottle upside down all day long, and it's only going to give you barely a shot. Fuck those guys and fuck that place. But they do cameras. I got some bars I go to that bartenders that point and go, I can't fucking give you anything extra. True story. I'm not drinking just yet. Come on now. I drank a bunch. We got to be on shot 9, 10, or 11. I got stories to tell you, man. I do. We'll get there from here. All right. What else was there? Desert. Exodus. Border control. We talked about that. Immigration. Have you seen? Wow, I got through almost all that shit. Now, I know I got stuff in there. I got some stuff. Look at Christina. Christina's putting up the drink. She's like, I fucking put in $300 a night. Fuck off. Hawkin, 50. Welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Hawkin, thanks for showing up, my man. I appreciate it. Anytime a new subscriber, a new member, makes me happy. Why? Because all the money goes towards the kid. The kid with his projects and his stuff. We did the studio. We did Beauty for the Goat. All that stuff. All this stuff has been kid-related for Gen Z Kid with his pushing Gen X Talks down the road forward. So every time you guys have donated $1, it's helped keep us here. Helped keep us online. There's something coming that I will eventually, I don't know if you want to call me asking or whether you want to call me just informing, but it's coming in the next couple of weeks because I've been building up to something that we've all been shooting for, that we've all been waiting for. There's a collective group of us that have been like, come on, man, let's go. It's coming, and it's coming quick, but it's going to cost me a bunch, and I'm willing to put up a bunch to do it. Give it a shot. But there's a whole story behind it. We got to have a whole night on that. All right. So where are we at? Collectively, did we get to $50? Every $50, I'll take a drink. It's been an hour and 49 minutes. I got to be on shot 11 or 12. This has got to be 13 and 13 and a half right here. But you guys got to collectively get me there. I drink no whiskey before it's time. Yeah, Lionheart, he's right. KGX Studios, that's the thing. He knew. And Two Bear, KGXT Radio. That's more specifically, Two Bear's right. That's what's coming. Uncle Fatty, talking about the Rolling Stones tunes. I haven't listened to the new stuff. I know it's there. I got it on download. I haven't done it yet, but I'm getting there. There's some stuff. All right, I want to go back here. Now listen, you got to tell me if, Loud One did it. You know, Loud One, this was a $75 shot, man. Look at that. It's not just that's not a bar shot. That's not like filled up to where my thumb is, like a bar would do it. That's a legitimate shot. Loud One. Come on, man. That's a $75 shot. Now, I'm not saying it's a $100 double shot, but Loud One, come on, brother. That's more than respectable, is it not? You and I have been to places. We've had some drinks. All right. King Wise and Oak says, drink, gentlemen, drink. All right. This has got to be 13 and a half, though. We're getting close. So there's going to be maybe 2 more after that, and I'm completely... Mrs. Ford will call and go, disconnect your internet. You know, my daughter's staying with me for a few days, and she made some steak tonight. Little steak thing. She cooked it up, and little steak thing. It's turned out so good. I love her so much. But boy, does this daughter and I butt heads. Shannon. Well, I'm gonna fuck that name up. Shannon. God damn it. Shannon Brigode Kaufman. That means she's married. You don't have to bring your husband into this. It could have just been you and I. You could have just sent Shannon Brigode, because I'm saying that wrong. That's why you're mad, right? Welcome to being an extra. You just could have left that Kaufman out. Your husband would have been fine. Oh, my God. Uncle Fatty says WKRP in Cincinnati. It's the same thing. Silent Night. Oh, my God. Turned my whole screen red. $100. Now, Silent Night said, shall not be infringed. That entire fucking discussion, I know I broadened it out to Trump and the Supreme Court and the Constitution. I know, but if you go back to where we were with Michelle and New Mexico, Silent Night, Big Red One, got his fucking Big Red One, been around that year, shall not be infringed. You know what? Fuck it. I will pour more than respectable double shot there for you. $50 a shot, $100 for 2. Silent Night could not have said the words better than you did, my friend. Everyone who's going to raise a glass right now for one reason, not for me, not for Gen X Talks, for the Constitution of the United States of America, and one phrase, the Constitution of the United States of America, Silent Night, shall not be infringed. In fact, say it with me. Type it in there. Type it right now. Let's fucking drink together when I see it. Shall not be infringed. Type that. Don't put the whiskey glass. Dragon Slayer, Bob McKinnon. No. And Cali Cat, not the glass. No. Houdini, Disney Kid, I got you. I love you guys. Jace Pat. No. No go. Just shall not be infringed. It's not just the Second Amendment. It's the whole fucking Constitution shall not be infringed. I'm waiting for that. There we go. Silent Night said it. There we go. Now we got some people in there. Who's in there saying that? Deanna, Disney Kid, Beanza, Two Bear, Samuel Pancake. That's what I want to see. If you believe it, say it. There we go. Cartman, Mr. Flibbles, shall, the whole Constitution shall not be. That should have been at the end of the document. It should have said, and by the way, all the shit we just wrote shall not be infringed. Now we drink, my fine feathered friends, to each and every one of you. I'm reading this. I got fucking goosebumps. I wish I could show you on my arm. Can you see that? I literally have goosebumps on my arm reading what you patriots are saying alongside of me. Almost going to bring a fucking tear to my eye. Thank you for letting me feel like I'm not alone. Thank you guys for that. That means more than you're ever going to know. Everybody, look at that fucking line of people in there. Shall not be infringed. You guys, I swear to Christ, I tell you, we are not the biggest channel. We don't have the most viewers each night. But I would stack our group up against anybody's out there, anywhere on the fucking internet. I don't care if you got 35,000 people watching your live stream. Yeah, you want to pick 100 and go up against my 100? These guys are fucking true patriots and true friends, and I would stand shoulder to shoulder, same rank with you guys, right up against anybody else. Thank you guys for doing that. Just words. It didn't cost you anything to type some words in there. I didn't benefit anything financially from you typing words in there other than it hit me in the heart, in the feels, and I got goosebumps. Thank you for doing that. That means more to me than anything. Fuck everybody else. The shoeless one, $20 for the East Coast tour. It's coming. We actually are going to sit down and discuss the entire East Coast thing in a couple of days and lay it all out there. Liam Wetzler, welcome to being an extra. Everybody welcome Liam in there, because if I miss it, you guys got to catch it. That's some stuff, man. All right, let me see if I missed something in here. I don't know that I did. All right, I don't think I did. Let me finish with something. I know you guys want a story. I know you guys want some sort of a story. And you deserve one. Tonight, you guys do. We're 2 hours in. Remember when we used to go 3 hours? You guys remember that? When I just had the American flag behind me, a real drape flag, and we're sitting in the middle of my living room, and we would just drink and talk and fuck around for 3. You remember that? Those were some fucking days. You guys remember those days? And someone would come in here saying some shit, and you guys would jump in first, and then I'd fucking tear him up. We don't have as many of those anymore, but my God, that was really something back in the day. All right, a story. Let me find some story. God, I can't. You know, the problem is, I think the Sun Valley Fox may be here, and I gotta be careful with his sister involved. All right, look it. I will tell you one. No, I won't. I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going to tell you a story that some of you were there for. Last time, we've done 2 birthday celebrations, 2 anniversary celebrations in Vegas. And I can vividly remember being at the Red Rock both times. This wooden flag behind me that will always be center stage, if I can tilt that up and show you guys a little something on that. That flag, this wooden flag, was handmade by a guy named Nostrex. This guy hand cut every slat in this flag and glued it together. Then he painted it. Then he stained it. Then he built the frame. Then he engraved the front and the back. And the back has a big phrase on it too. Then that guy drove 2,000 miles sleeping in his car along the way to hand me this at Gen X Talk's first anniversary. Now, you guys have given lots of things to us, lots of gifts, some small, some big. Absolutely impressive. In fact, once we get everything up in here, we're going to take pictures of everything and label it and show you what's up inside the studio. And there's some very unique things. But I got to tell you, a man who spent, 25 or 30 hours making this and then drove it across the country probably will have a place in my heart forever. Now, Nostrex has moved on. He's not in here as much. Nobody's seen him in a while. I got it. People come and go. But the dedication that man had wasn't to me. It was to common sense. It was to country. He was a patriot. He still is a patriot if he's still around. If he's still alive, that is a man who decided this needs to be done and drove that thing all the way to Las Vegas, where the people that were there for the first anniversary, Two Bear was there. Two Bear was standing right by my side when this guy handed me this thing. We got pictures. The 3rd anniversary is coming up in January. And we're going to make it big. We're going to make it fun. We're going to give away a ton of stuff to you guys. It's going to be a blast. And you're going to have to pay a couple bucks to get there. And not for us to get money, although it will help offset the massive cost of reserving these rooms and having private bartenders and private servers do the stuff. I got it. But the main reason is we don't want flakes just fucking walking in going, yeah, I like Gen X Talks. Fuck it, I'm in. No. If we say it's $20, assholes aren't going to give $20. But people that care about the program are going to spend $20 for a ticket. They're going to get more than, they're going to get $100 in food and drinks and free shit. That's not the point. The point is to make sure that the people that are there are you guys. Don't miss this January. Mrs. 4 Watton. No more excuses, sweetheart. If you love me, you're going to be there. Now, I love you and I want you there. You hear me? You hear me pulling the microphone in close? You hear me doing it like this? Don't miss this one. My fat ass may die of a heart attack next year. You know it's true. It could happen. I'm going to beg and call in a favor for the Sun Valley Fox to be there. I'm going to get Iceman up there from Bodfish. I'm going to ask everyone to show up. It's going to be a big event. Everyone needs to be there. If you're part of this crew, if you're part of Gen X Talks, if you're part of the Bottom of the Glass Nation, you need to be there. This is going to be something to remember. The last one was great. One before that was pretty good. This one's going to be even better. Now we really know what we're doing. Mrs. 4, I'm just talking. No live stream anymore, Mrs. 4. I'm just talking to you, sweetheart. And if I have to drive out to Tennessee, turn off your granddaddy's still from the back 15 acres and walk you through your hardwood mansion and drag you out there by your hair, throw you in the back seat of a 1957 Buick and drive your ass all the way to Las Vegas, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. All right. I will pour one more drink all the way to the top. If anybody's got the balls to make me drink it, I'll do it. And then we'll say goodbye. I don't know if anybody's got it or not. But I want you guys to know that it has been, let me put it this way. Maybe this is the only way I know how to put it. If I were to die tonight of a heart attack, God forbid, I don't want to. I'm not thinking, I'm not trying to. But if I were to die tonight of a heart attack, I want each of you to know that it has been my privilege. Carl Gerard, 1999. Great show tonight. Bottom Glass Nation rocks. Welcome all the new members. Shall not be infringed. Thank you, Carl, our favorite Frenchman. If I were to die of a heart attack tonight, I don't want to. Not looking forward to it. Don't want it. But I want you to know that it has been my greatest privilege to know all of you. Some more than others through different means and channels and circumstances. But if I were to pass away tonight, I want you to know that it has been my greatest privilege to be here with you, to read your comments and say stuff back. I know that's not the way you do it. I get told by big creators, don't read the comments, say your message. But I read the comments. I'm talking to you. You guys are talking back. I'm responding to what you say. You're responding to what I say. It's not really sitting around a bar, but it's as close as we can get. It has been my greatest privilege to be your online friend, to be your Bottom of the Glass Nation friend. If something were to happen, I want you guys to know that. This drink isn't for me. This drink's for you. I love you guys, every one of you. Thank you guys for taking time and helping out. Thank you guys for supporting the kids' channel. Until we cross the line and they kick us off, until they ban us, which it's coming, election season, the rules get tighter and everybody gets banned. It's coming. But until then, I'm not just with you guys. I'm one of you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up. I'm not sure where you're listening from, all around the country, all around the world. Maybe it's a rerun. If you don't know what a rerun is, leave the live stream because everybody who's older knows what a rerun is. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for showing up. You guys mean the world to me. I know I say it all the time. I get more out of this than you guys do. I know you think you do, but you don't. I do. I get more from you guys than I would ever be able to offer. So whether you're listening on AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps somewhere around the planet on the Armed Service Radio Network, remember, wherever you go, there you are. And I promise you one thing. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. That's right. I said it.